Hi everyone. So today I'll be walking you through the recent updates to the NABERS rating system, effective as of July 2025, and how they fit into NABERS' broader vision for a decarbonised built environment. So, key changes as of right now. NABERS have updated their benchmarks and emissions factors to be in line with the 2024 National Greenhouse Accounts factors for the energy certification. There are three key updates within this that you need to be aware of. So the first being electricity emissions intensity has decreased, which is a result of grid decarbonisation in Australia. This means that buildings that predominantly use electricity are likely to see an improvement in their NABERS energy ratings due to a lower kgs of CO2 equivalent per kilowatt hour of electricity. Secondly, the gas emissions intensity remains largely unchanged, which means that buildings that rely heavily on gas may now receive lower ratings due to more weighting on the kg of CO2 equivalent per megajoule of gas. And finally, the tighter star rating bands. So NABERS has lowered the maximum emissions allowed for each half-star band. So even if your building hasn't changed, your rating might drop unless performance improves due to these shifted goalposts. So these updates apply to all ratings with a rating period start date from July the 1st, 2024 onwards. So what does this mean for your building? The impact of these changes right now will vary based on your location and energy mix. The examples provided here are based on a single site with a typical energy mix for that state. For example, in New South Wales and South Australia, where the mix is 80% electric, ratings might improve by a small amount. But then in contrast, in Victoria and ACT, where there is typically a large reliance on gas, it is expected that the ratings might drop slightly if the consumption overall remains unchanged. So this illustrates how important a building's energy sources are to its NABERS outcome from now on. In terms of longer term changes, looking forward to 2030, NABERS is committed to driving decarbonisation. Before 2030, they'll revise emissions factors and benchmarks again, and we already know what the general trajectory will be. Electricity will be rewarded even more, and gas will be penalised at a greater amount. So this aligns with NABERS' evolving benchmarks vision, where the rating system is becoming more ambitious to reflect Australia's net zero targets. As their recent article states, the intention is to make NABERS not just a measure of performance, but a tool that drives real change in the built environment.